Hi, Aquarians. This is your reading for December 2019, or whenever the messages may find you and resonate. 5 of Fire is going to be the first card out in this reading. So we already have, Aquarians, some petty ego drama, some feuds on the table. I was also getting the message while shuffling and meditating with the deck that there was a painful ending around this time for Aquarians. The Knight of Swords shows now, whereas it was the Ten of Swords that was showing up as a painful ending happening around this time for you all. There were a lot of messages that wanted to come through while shuffling and meditating, so we'll just see what comes through for this reading for you. I do hope that you are all making the most of Sagittarius season so far. 2 of Earth, 2 of Coins, representing what's been going on in your recent past. There's been a lot on your plate. Your energy has been dispersed to many different areas already in December probably, or if not, coming up soon. That is the recent past position, but time being fluid, the message will flow slightly different for everyone. King of Fire is in your near future. Could be a Sag, Aries, or Leo. Maybe a masculine energy specifically. Maybe. Your advice card is the 8 of Fire. Fast movement, expedited progress. And we have the Knight of Earth and the Page of Fire in your more distant future. Bottom of the deck, the Death card, Scorpio energy. This is the Game of Thrones Tarot. Aquarians, information as always on all of the decks is always down below in the description box, where you can also find information on tipping, donating, ordering personal readings, etc. I'll take this opportunity to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, messaging, commenting, all of your contributions to LunarTicksTarot. Thank you so much. So let's get into the reading. We may draw a couple of clarifiers for you, Aquarians. This is for Aquarians of all kinds. So suns, moons, risings, Venus, Mars, or any other placement, North Node, etc. Maybe you're just interested in the title or a particular Aquarian part of your chart where Uranus is at this time, or the part of your chart that Aquarius is ruling at this time. Or maybe you're cross-watching or just found the message coincidentally. All the above could mean that there is a message here for you. So with that said, at over 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, with that said, Aquarians, the reading is all about transformation, and I believe for most of you, we're talking about your transformation. It may feel like a rebirth. And for some of you, it could be someone else's rebirth, transformation close to you that is affecting you. But I think for most of you, we're talking about your transformation as a student, as an entrepreneur, as an individual, an independent individual managing their resources, their finances, for some of you. You know, for a lot of you, it may be all of the above, right? A lot of you are finding that you need to transform in order to use your will, show enough discipline to use your will, use the tools, the resources at your disposal to cultivate more. Money, time, energy, some earthly, physical resource. Maybe, you know, for some it could specifically be a new home, but that's just an example, right? That's just another example. But I do see that a lot of you have this entrepreneur energy here in the near future. Now, it could also be, as I said, a mature, a masculine Aries, Sag, or Leo here in the near future. Or an energy, or someone who just embodies that energy, right? Someone bold, someone intense, passionate. Probably a family man type of vibe and energy, even if it's not literally a family man, right? Is very inspired, is very inspirational. Inspirational. So we just had the moon in your sign, right? Aquas, we just came out of that early this morning, at least my time. The moon has moved into Pisces now. So I do also hope that you all made the most of that moon in Aquarius energy and are making the most of the moon in Pisces too. We'll see. Let me take a look at what else we have going on astrologically, and then we'll keep walking through these cards a little bit more. Of course, we know we are still in the post-shadow period for a couple more days now of Mercury retrograde, which I suspect has something to do with why I can't speak very well at all. So there's that, and I think that may, for you, have something to do with this picture at the center of your reading. Feuds and fights that leave you exchanging harsh words, harsh truths, or simply simply overthinking these exchanges that are like warring egos, that are like family feuds in some way, right? A lot of you are probably dealing with that because we've been seeing a lot of that in the readings during this entire. I have been seeing a lot of that in during the entire Mercury retrograde, per the usual, right? And so what we're looking at with this as your advice card to expedite progress, to take advantage of this time period, I think is talking about after this post shadow period ends, which really is over on the 5th. So starting on the 6th, I think there's a time period here you're really advised to take advantage of, especially if you're making moves as a family man, as an entrepreneur, as someone who is toward someone who is maybe this masculine Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or towards someone who embodies those fire sign qualities we were talking about, right? Being bold, being passionate, very social, perhaps, maybe being a family man, influential, right? Inspiring. If we're talking about making moves to embody that type of energy or towards someone with that type of energy, then yes, expedite your progress in those matters. Once communication feels totally clear with like I said, the post-shadow period of Mercury retrograde being totally over on the 6th, Mercury moving into Sagittarius then on the 9th, moving direct now, of course. Then we've got that full moon in Sag on the 12th, and Jupiter trines Uranus on the 15th. I'll be interested to see what's going on around that time. I might go ahead and do sort of like mid-month readings for us in order to take a deeper look into how that's affecting at least the collective, if not all of the signs. You know, that just depends on time, right? As always. So we'll try to do that. And then the 20th, Aquarians, Venus moves into your sign on the 20th. So especially if this is, I want to say, a matter of the heart, right? Any kind of matter of the heart. And that's of course just before the winter solstice on the 21st. And then Saturn will be moving into Capricorn as well on the 23rd, just before the solar eclipse on the new moon in Capricorn on the 26th, that I'm sure we're all very well aware is coming up at the end of the month. I'm sorry, I just sort of got lost in going through my calendar there, which, you know, I was checking to see, you know, what I saw in the reading lining up with this. And I think it's, as I said, after, you know, the 6th and onward, you're really advised to take advantage of the end of the year, Aquarians. These last few weeks before the new year, while everyone else is focused on what they're going to do in the new year, or I guess I should say, while many may be focusing on what the new year will be like and what they should do in the new year, and maybe making resolutions, or even in any other way encouraging you to focus on what you will do in the new year. With influences like that around anyway, I think you're really advised to focus on what you can do now, what you can do in the meantime, what you can do before then, by then. And these feuds, even if they're family feuds or feuds with egos who feel like, that make it feel like family feuds, right? It's something you've been managing, it's something you've been balancing, right? It's taking some of your already divided energy here. You're already juggling your time, your energy, your resources. Maybe some of you have been spreading yourself too thin, but if you haven't been, it's going to get to that point, right? It's been manageable, but it can't continue that way. And certainly not if it carries this tendency to overthink the words that have, harsh words that have been exchanged, right? And it's just draining too much of your energies, Aquas. So with setting this challenge for yourself, what can you get done now in the next few weeks before the year is over, right? You can't be focused on that petty ego drama, or those impasses where you and others around you just simply believe different things, and there's no way to sort of create a life experience or a lesson for them in order to show them or teach them or change them. That's something that's just going to happen for them on their own, or it's not, and vice versa, right? You have beliefs ingrained in you as well. So you'll have to, on some level, just sort of accept that you've reached an impasse with certain energies in your life in order to make the most of these last 3 weeks to see what you can get done. Again, especially if we're talking about making moves toward this energy, embodying this energy, this fiery energy here, fiery, bold, spirited, masculine energy, which doesn't mean that it has to be, you know, a man, right? It can be a woman embodying her masculine energy, owning her masculine energy, or moving toward one. Sure. Yeah, that's what I see for us, really, moving through the rest of Sagittarius season and even into the new year, Aquarians. We're headed toward, as I said already, these energies here, the Knight of Earth and the Page of Fire. having enthusiasm and excitement for whatever passion project we've been moving towards slowly and steadily. Continuing a slow, steady pursuit toward a goal for many of you, many of us. But with this excitement, with this enthusiasm, with a lot of passion in our lives at the same time. There's a lot of intense communication here, a lot of intense communication. Some positive messages coming in and going out in terms of or surrounding, I think, said passion project that we're talking about, right? And at the same time, the reading being centered around that intense ego drama that can be such a burdensome weight on you if you allow it to be. And I think you need to really direct your energy, if your month, the rest of it is going to be about and really that sets the tone for how you start the new year, right? If all of that is going to be about intense communication, what kind of intense communication do you want it to be? Do you want it to be about your passion projects and about moving forward and about what you can do to continue on your path towards your goal? Maybe in this excitement and enthusiasm, what details stand out to you that need some extra TLC about any passion projects or goals you're working on, right? Direct that intense communication, that fire toward toward those things rather than heated arguments that are just going to lead round and round to the same impasse over and over again. Again, as I said, you've been managing your energy being spread very thin and being in multiple places, but it can only last so long, I think, Aquas. You need that energy. You need it. And right now, you're advised to be very mindful about where you are directing your passions, your intensity, your energy. And I think that, that's the transformation, right? Maybe for a lot of you, you've been participating in this this feud energy for some time. Quite some time for many of you, but just a set amount for others, right? And with the Knight of Swords showing, not only is it telling me that maybe that you're overthinking, saying, having really harsh exchanges with others, but also frequent meditation may be key here. If that's not something that you're practicing already. So all these things, getting out of the habit of participating in the feud, getting into the habit, perhaps for some of you, of frequent meditation. All of these things seem to be big parts of what this transformation is about. And you can already hear and see that just those two shifts and adjustments. What if you replaced all the time that you participate in this feud energy with frequent meditation sessions instead? I mean, your life would be totally different. So try it for a week or two, or for the rest of this year, right? Try it on for size, maybe for some of you, and it just depends on what you already practice. That's just for some of you who do not. And when I say frequent meditation sessions, maybe that means that they're not lengthy meditation sessions, that they're not necessarily deep meditation sessions, but they are frequent, right? So many in a day rather than long sessions. It may just be what you need right now for different reasons for different aquas. So that's what I see again coming through for us Aquarians. I also see Aries energy here, but that may just be and Cancer energy below that as well. And I wouldn't get too hung up on the signs. As always, it's great when they confirm things, but we can all show up as different signs, different energies at different times for different reasons, having all of the zodiac energy somewhere in our chart, all of us, right? But that's where will leave it for today. If you'd like to get more specific, if you'd like a personal reading, I think I already told you information on that should be found down below in the description. At least the email should be there, and then eventually links and a description of the services there for you as well. With that said, Aquarians, I love you, and I truly hope you make the most of the rest of 2019. Yeah, I hope I didn't say, I suddenly feel like I said 2020 a little bit ago. But 2019 is what we're ending, and I hope you make the most of it, Aquas, and I truly look forward to doing another reading for us just as soon as I can.